So I heard from a former Navy SEAL, something that made me think. And he said something that really, I had to stop for a second. Now, you know, Navy SEALs are like the top. Without getting into, what is it, Team 1, Team 2, I'm not talking about, just to get into the teams. I mean, you gotta be something else. And what he said really shook me. He said that 95% of their time in the team is dedicated for training and planning, and only 5% of the time is to do what they're supposed to do, actually go fighting. And he was describing the accuracy that I think it will drive me crazy. They have to prepare, for example, a plan for a raid or to do some kind of a operation, something. And they have to, and he goes through the whole entire process that needs to be done. He says they would send it back to him if he will, on a slide, put the helicopter in the wrong direction. Let's say the helicopter should come from let's say right to left. He put the image of the helicopter reversed. They would send it back. Says that's not good. It has to be 100% accurate. And he said that what makes us, that 95% training, preparing. And when I mean training means, they do different things. Like, for example, they take the best shooters and they teach them how to shoot. They take the best climbers and they teach them how to climb rocks or whatever. They take the best, and this is what they learn. That's their learning. And he said, if it wasn't for that, we would not be able to finish all our jobs and to do what we are doing. And every time somebody uses the word mission, it clicks something in my head, and I try to find something to learn about our mission as Jews. In order to get your job done, this Navy SEAL said, you have to dedicate 95% of your time, completely immersed in that, in discussions, and sometimes they will go into discussions about this for like 10 hours. And he said, if it wasn't for that, you think it's like everyday actions and rolling. It says, no, it's studying and analyzing and collecting data and information and so on. That's what gets the job done. That's what gets the mission done. Now, we know that we are kind of late in delivering our mission as Jews. Like about 2,000 years at least, if not more. Is it because we don't prepare enough? How much of our day is dedicated towards completing our mission as a Jew? I mean, what, putting tefillin on? No, that's not a part of the mission. Our mission is to do what? Lekadesh Shem Shamayim, to build Olam Chesed, to bring about, to build Beit HaMikdash, and that's why I'm so against the whole concept that Beit HaMikdash is going to fall out of heaven like a UFO, with immersed with fire, then it's going to be built like this, and then it's going to cool off, and we're going to go with the Geiger counts to make sure there's no radiation, and then we're going to bring korbanot. Beit HaMikdash is a process. Building Beit HaMikdash is a process. In order to build something, you need to have survey, you need to make planning, you need to see what your budget is, and so many different things, and apply, and bureaucracy, so many different things until you actually get to build the building, until you actually get to put the mezuzah on the door. Do we know at all what our mission is? Are we aware of what we need to do? How much is of our day dedicated to that? Pulling tefillin. Okay, let's say call about all the stuff that we do. Going to shul, put tefillin. Let's say it counts somehow. How much of your day is that? Is that the bulk of your day? Or that's a part of your day? Or it's just a fraction of your day? Let's say you want to go to law school. Let's say you want to go medical school. How is this going to get the mission done? Are you going to say, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to make like $200,000, I'm going to be a doctor, I'll make $400,000, I'm going to make $1 million, I want to build. You're not going to build anything. You're not going to school for that. You're going to school for yourself. How much of our day is dedicated? How in the world are we supposed to get the job done? To get the mission done? And that's why we don't get the job done. We don't dedicate anything to our job, to our mission. Because it's all about what we want. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to do this. I think I deserve to be that. You deserve nothing. You earn nothing. You have a job to do. You need to do the job. You don't deserve of anything. You're not entitled to anything. And the problem is that we are never entered that zone. We never focus. For example, if you know when you go on a plane to jump, so they're gonna tell you, 1 hour to mission, to jump. And then they're gonna get you to the at a certain point you start putting all your gear on and so on and so forth. And they're gonna tell you 1 minute, and everybody make sure to pass on 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. And then they're gonna tell you 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden, everything that you had around you, all the fights that you had with your wife and all the little things, and how you're going to pay your mortgage, and how you're not going to pay your mortgage, and how you're going to be doing this, all these little things that we're all busy with, and that seems to take over our lives, all of a sudden disappear, and all you enter that zone of Zen, of concentrating on the mission, and once you get into this 1 minute, everything stops, and now you focus on what needs to be done. Most people don't do that. Most people scramble all their lives. They don't want to enter that zone. They get themselves busy with so many different things, with so many distractions, with so many different issues around so they can get the job done. Why do we have to be like that? Why won't we just sit down and learn for what works and just apply it to our lives? So let's stop busying around with all these things that don't make a difference whatsoever. All these nitty gritty, all these dust balls that we all get so occupied with. Concentrate on what needs to be done. The job needs to be done. Let's define the mission. If nobody defines the mission, well, b'makom she'eni she'yesh, you take control and you define the mission. What's the mission? What's your own personal mission? Because when you go to execute a mission, there is the initiative of what needs to be done. The mission is to get this person or to take over that. And then inside that group, or the unit that is being dropped into the zone, each one has a mission. And it's not just Navy SEALs. I read about this guy, Mookie Betzer, one of the most amazing soldiers ever happened in Israel. An amazing, amazing human being. And he says all the casualties and failures of mission was because not planning appropriately and not understanding what needs to be done and thinking that everything also according to your plan has to go. When you go into battle, things go haywire, and then what? Then it's upon each and every one of you to operate in responsibility, dedicated to one another to get the job done and to minimize casualties. Things have its own momentum. Things have its own, and your plan not necessarily includes somebody else's plan. So if nobody does it, well, let's start defining what we need to do, each and every one of us, and then let's put together what we need to do as a group, and then as a community, and so on and so forth. It doesn't happen. That's what will happen to us all the time. We are going to fail. And the mission is not going to get done. And we need to put an end to it. So, for example, instead of building shuls for $2, $3, $4 million, let's create a fund for $2, $3, $4 million for people who are hungry. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are hungry now. If they're bombing in Ukraine, we as Jews should go out to the streets and demonstrate. Because if Israel is being bombarded with 4,000 rockets, and God forbid they just hit something, the whole entire, communities, including some pathetic Jews, are going to be in the streets demonstrating against Israel. I don't see us, nobody. That's what I'm saying. In terms of my concern is conservative and Reform Jews are just hypocrites. Because they'll be the first one to go out when Israel does something, but not in here. But how about human caring? We need to define our mission. We need to plan 95% of the time and start paying and giving an account for what you do every single day. Try to find the best to teach you, to guide you, and then just do it. If you're not going to dedicate 90% of your time to get the mission done, it's not going to get done and you're going to fail. Have a beautiful day.